really work on with like writing down everyone's names. We got new people.
I thought you meant like writing your story.
Hi, Lisa.
Oh gosh, that. Yeah, people write books, but I always wonder why these days. Like, who reads a book? Who reads?
You know who reads a book? The producer who's going to produce the movie.
I guess so.
I mean, people want to learn about interesting people.
Yeah, I just wonder who reads these days. I mean, kids, I guess, are required to still read.
I think a lot of people.
My family still reads. I'm sure my dad still reads.
Before a movie
my dad
gets
will read for. My dad will be holding up the fort.
before a movie gets made, they make a book.
Yeah.
Because they got to see if it's even interesting to people. They make a book, people read it. Oh, this is interesting, but they're not going to go make a movie first and go.
I mean, some movies maybe.
Like superheroes.
Yeah, that would be.
But for the most part, if it's some story about Joe, Joy, and Rich, they're not going to go produce a movie to see if we're interesting to people. They like write a book, see if there's a story there, if you can put a story there, and then see if the story's compelling. Like we might like it because
based on a true story.
Right. In other words,
means
like
nothing. You realize
because
that?
23,000 people is a lot, but not enough to make a book.
Do you guys realize like the based on the true story? When I was a kid, I used to think that meant most of the info. Oh, I feel much better with the antibiotics.
I can see when you get happy.
No, it feels. Why I was feeling icky the last couple of days.
Like that.
Oh yeah.
It's just a little bit of a sign. She realized, wow, this could actually work.
Yeah. Well, not just that is I had to take my antibiotics, which really helped.
It's tough right now, but she's that little stuff like that. Steve, make it real. I can see the hope come back into her eyes. That's what I love.
Yes, we're very happy.
It's cool that you get to do something that you love, but also
get paid for it.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Right. That's what like people are always saying like. When I have to watch Rich, because sometimes he'll be like, "Oh, we come on because we get paid." I'm like, "We come on because we enjoy it. The bonus is that we get paid. But if we weren't getting paid, we'd probably have to figure out something else for work."
Yeah.
But like, we have always wanted to do this. People just didn't want to watch us. Until now.
Yeah.
So,
and now
thank you guys.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We're gonna
Here we go. You remember how it goes? Okay.
Okay. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. Get down tonight, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, get down tonight.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Cece, for joining the club. Thank you, Martello, for the gifted membership. And of course, thank you, Lily, for just killing it.
Wow, you guys, Steve, Marcel, Lily.
Thank you.
Who else? Steve, Marcel, Lily. Who else?
Oh, Cece joined.
Cece.
And then of course a bunch of donors, but they were early on. I can't remember right off the top of my head.
Best day, thank you. And I spent like all day at the hospital, so it feels good to come home to such fun.
Thank you guys. And Amanda came over and helped me out so I could take a nap. That's why I have so much energy right now.
Yeah, Amanda came and got me from the hospital. If you guys missed that part of the story, so she came to the VA hospital. So I ended up going to 2 hospitals today. Because I spent so long at Summerlin Hospital that I gave up. I spent 6 hours and there was like no hope of them ever bringing my prescription out. And I'm like, I'm just done. Like, because it was like each hour I kept thinking, okay, next hour, okay, next hour. And then I'm like, 6 hours is a long time with them still being like, oh, sorry, that's just how it is. Like, I couldn't ask anymore. I could tell they were like, we're done with you asking. Because I asked like 3 times in 6 hours, like, kind of like, what's going on there? Like, they are going to come out and call you when it's ready. Well, I was wondering if you could give me a time frame. Is it like 10 hours or 24 hours I have to wait? I didn't say that, of course. I didn't say anything. I just, okay, thank you. I'll go sit for another 9 hours. Thank you.
Yeah. I already spent all those hours.
I'm like, what amount of time frame do they consider?
Hey, is the Zoom gone? Is the Zoom situation gone, you guys?
Reasonable time for someone to go to the ER. I mean, is there a time frame that they go, okay, that's just outlandish. We can't have someone make that long.
Did they fix the Zoom?
Yeah, I wondered, like, is there like a time
I reset my phone.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, we'll do it again.
I'm there for,
like where they keep you in the room. Like, this was like in the lobby the whole time, dude. They didn't even take me back to your room. They took me back to talk to a doctor, and then they bring you right back out. They just take you like in a chair. But when I went to the VA, they actually put me in a room by myself right away.
Yeah.
Which was nice. Where I was like, literally at some of them, so when you...
Yeah.
They were done with me, dude. Like, I'd already seen the doctor, and then I'm just waiting on the scripts. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Also, at the VA, you pick up the scripts in-house. They're just downstairs. They're not even downstairs. They're on the same level.
Yeah. Just back it up.
Yeah. I don't know that's what was frustrating, because there wasn't, like, a ridiculous amount of people. There was the normal amount. I've been there 6 times, too, so that's why I'm frustrated. So I know what it was like. I had to take Gloria 4 times for a bladder infection, and I went 1 time for myself in the last year and a half. And Gloria had to take her 4 times to Summerlin Hospital. And each time it took at most 2 hours. And it was like very different procedure. Like it was just like once she was done, like you felt like, okay, it was good. And then it was like, that didn't take long for the paperwork to come out. It was like the paperwork came out within like 10 or 15 minutes. This whole waiting 5 hours after for the paperwork, I was like, this is what takes so long for a signature from the doctor and for you guys to pop out like normal? It was a bladder infection scripts. I mean, that's not like rocket science. So I was like, I'm done. But everyone's like, just wait a little longer. I was like, I don't know when that is going to be. So I went to the VA and they had me in and out in an hour and a half. But it was like way on the other side of town. But Amanda came to pick me up. So that was awesome. Where did he go? Did he leave us?
I don't know.
Let's see. I'm just reading it. What up? Richard, did you take off? What are you doing? Oh, he's not in his face in his office. So, alright. You know what? Let me see what he's up to. I'm going to see if we're ever going to end this one. This was all day one. Let me see. We're going to start another one.
Impressive.
Richard, are we ever ending this one? Or are we keeping it going forever?
Well, what are you doing?
Well, this was the all day one. Are we ever going to start a new one?
No, we had to do the song again. Sorry, guys. Don't worry about it. We had to do it again because it didn't work out.
Oh, it didn't work.
Yeah, I was zoomed in. So,
okay.
Here we go. Ready? Okay, get together again. We're going to do it again.
Okay.
Didn't work last time.